Hello, my name is Richard Berger, the ski school director of Amigo Ski School and examiner of the Austrian ski instructors. I want to invite you with my program in a world of elegant skiing, with lots of movement and variation, where also carving has his place. A pair of movement and key points will lead you through my world of skiing. Basics are my fundamentals, to pilot my skis for fast and dynamic skiing. In my skiing philosophy, terms such as turn initiation, movement, build-up pressure or pole blend are the most important. I'm sure that this video will help you to improve your skiing technique and will be useful in your teaching method. Enjoy elegant skiing. The other demonstrator is Takaka Okada from Happo One Ski School. She is an experienced ski instructor for expert skier. The philosophy of elegant skiing are the key movements turn beginning and steering. The forward-inward movement is the key movement for turn beginning. This is an up motion movement into the fall line. With this forward-inward movement, I move both my skis and body into the new turning direction. I also call it neutralizing, because I neutralize the previous alpine basic position and I move my body into a 90-degree angle to the slope. With this movement, you release your muscle tension and you breathe in. At the same time, you unweight the skis, change the edges and turn the skis into the fall line. The center of mass will be changed and you plant your pole. The key movement at the steering phase is to build up pressure. In order to build up pressure, you have to edge, weight and bend your skis. You can edge your skis with your ankles, your hips, the whole body, or a combination of these joints. To weight and bend your ski, you have to extend your outer leg and bend your inner leg. To move this way, you have to be in a balanced position and the axis of your shoulders and hips should be as good as parallel. This is called the alpine basic position. The alpine basic position you need as soon as you move out of the fall line. The alpine basic position varies on speed, turn size, snow and steepness. Concerning basic, parallel or carving turns, the path of movement should be the same. If you want to change something on your skiing, step back to the snowplow turn. You have a lot of time to think and feel the right movement. The weight is distributed on both skis. Now you can turn the ski dips into the fall line. Do not push the tail from your uphill ski. In the fall line you have to change your weight and at the same time you edge the new outer ski more. Now you have reached the alpine basic position and you steer the ski out of the fall line. Turning this way should help you making a big vertical drop with your turn, in order to keep the initiation phase as long as the steering phase. Do not control speed in the first half of the turn in wedged position, but control speed by steering uphill. Start the turn with the forward-inward movement. At the same time, you bring your skis in a wedge position and distribute your weight on both skis. The ski dips from your downhill ski turns into the fall line. As soon as you have reached the fall line, you shift weight and match your skis parallel. By shifting weight, you build up the alpine basic position. With the following tips and tricks, you can exercise and improve the turn beginning from parallel turns. The aim is to extend the turn initiation until the fall line. In principle, you turn the ski tips with your toes into the fall line, and from the fall line on, you turn the skis with your tails. Basic parallel turns. By this way, you can learn to understand the movement stress-free, out of steepness, speed or other distracting circumstances. Basically, we do the same faults when we walk or when we ski. The advantage of walking is that you can correct the faults immediately. Important is that you start your turn with the turn initiation movement and that you build up the alpine basic position in the fall line. With this exercise, we repeat several times the turn initiation movement. We alternate tip and tail turning. When you turn your ski dips, you should push off from your uphill ski. When you turn the tails, you should wait your downhill ski. Start to skid backwards. Now turn your ski dips into the fall line, and from the fall line on, continue turning the skis with the tails. Important is to keep your upper body in the fall line always. The single turn from the spot shows you immediately if you have the right ski technique. Without speed, you must turn the ski dips into the fall line.
That was far more scary than actually leaving your body and seeing something.
Slow motion turns need once again the right element of turn beginning. With the right forward-inward movement, it is possible to keep the skis all the time with no contact. For parallel turns, a certain basic speed is necessary, but with good technique you can keep this speed pretty low. Your center of mass starts already to move a little bit away from your skis, and you can start to use the help of the side cut of your skis. Sure, it is not yet carving, but your edge pressure becomes already a little bit higher, and your track size in the snow is more narrow. You begin to feel the weightless change of the turn. Now skiing starts to be really fun. Do an up motion on your uphill ski into the new turning direction. The direction of your movement is very important, because only when this is right, your skis will be flattened. Now you are able to turn your ski dips with your toes into the fall line. This way both your skis and body are moved into the fall line. Close to the fall line, you change the edges and start your down motion. Now continue to turn your skis with your tails and to build up the alpine basic position. The aim is the precise pressure increasement and the correct pole bend which supports the steering and to build up pressure. Carving by skid and carve is a change between sliding and gliding on the edges. This change between sliding and gliding needs a good feeling, and it depends on the steepness of the slope. It is important to glide at the end of the turn on the edges. The pole blend is even on carving turns part of the turn. Nevertheless, the pole blend is not a turning help as on short turns or in the bumps. The pole blend makes it easier to find a rhythm and to build up pressure. Practice the right timing on the spot. While moving down, you bring at the same time your pole forward, then you move up and make the pole blend. Now you combine pole blend and walking. Important is to move your pole at the same time forward while moving down. If your pole preparation is too late, you will miss the right spot of pole blend. The pole blend should be very smooth and only from your wrist. The pole blend is only a short moment of time and depends on the right timing. With this exercise, practice to build up pressure by edging, weighting and using the flex of the skis. Knees and hips are moving to the mountain. The aim is to improve steering the turn. The secret for good carving turns is the right combination of turning, weighting and edging. When you edge your skis progressively, you will finish the turn gliding on the side cut of the skis. Now the turns are more dynamic. The improved pressure on your skis will help to start the next turn more easily. You start to feel the rhythm and to feel the change between tension and relaxation. The up and down motion support this feeling. The moment you start carving depends on the steepness of the terrain. The beginning of the turns starts with the forward inward movement. At the same time, you turn your ski tips actively into the fall line. The upper body follows this movement. Now the ski tips are at the same height and the shoulder and hip axes are in a right angle to your skis. Bend your inner leg and extend your outer leg around the gravity line in order to edge the skis and to build up pressure. Control the pressure with your body tension. Carving should not happen with your shoulders or upper body. The following tricks improve your leg work for earlier and better edging your turns. You have to use the outer forces and find the balance between these and your body. With your ankles, you must turn your toes uphill to sharpen your turns actively. Do not edge your skis only and wait until the turn happens. This exercise improves your flexibility in both your ankles and knees. Stay on your edges all the time and do the jumps. Do not slide. Keep body tension in order to keep balance. The up motion on your downhill ski improves your forward-inward movement. This exercise demands a good center position and furthermore will improve the feeling for steering on your big toe. Improve your edge changing by changing directly from your big toe to your little toe. Extend your outer leg, which is in the air, to simulate the earlier edge pressure. This exercise enhances your body position on your carving turns. It helps you not to lean on the inside. Your improved body position will be compact and the shift of weight will be perfectly on both skis. For this turn you need more speed for sure. The good body tension is important to control the high turn pressure. Notice that your turn change should not happen in your center of mass only. Use your legs. Move your legs from one side to the other side. This helps you to get active pressure before the fall line. The forward-inward movement is supported by an accelerated turning from your head into the new turning direction. Your upper body also follows this direction. Build up pressure at the roof of your turn by extending your legs. When you reach the fall line, your upper body keeps facing the fall line and your legs continue the turn. At this moment of the turn, your inner leg is flexed and your outer leg is extended. The following exercises are mainly mending your leg work and forcing a movement with your ankles. The play with pressure makes it that these turns look easy and dynamically. This sample shows how important the leg work is. Turn with both your toes and ankles and try to edge as good as possible. Skiing with boots is really fun. Now you recognize and feel how important the movement with your legs is. Move your ankles forward and backward with a stable upper body. Push your skis alternately forward and backward. Bend and extend your ankles. Turn your ski dips and tails alternately with a stable upper body. Be careful, do not move your upper body or your arms. The upper body always faces downhill and your legs have to be active. With more speed, you have to compensate pressure by bending and extending your legs. Bend your legs and absorb the pressure. Do not move down, otherwise you will lose your center position. Turn your skis with less pressure. Do a flying edge change and carve from the fall line on. This is a mix of pivoting and carving. This exercise stabilizes your upper body. Do not move your arms and upper body. Just move your legs actively. Nowadays, carving short radius is a turn with more distance between the turn beginning and the turn finish. This means that your turns have more vertical drop and you ski less turns at the same distance than in the past. The turns are perfectly steered and finished. Depending on your turn size, you can use the help of your upper body to begin the turn. The pole blend does not have the function of a turning help anymore, but supports the body tension and rhythm. By inclinating your lower legs, you initiate the turn. At the same time, you turn your ski dips actively into the new turning direction and the center of mass moves untwisted to the turning center. Around the fall line, you start to build up edge pressure and carve the turn to the finish. The pole blend supports your rhythm and body tension.